Well, I'm joined now by Managing Director of the Coalition for Jewish Value, Rabbi Yaakov Menken. Also with us, former New York State Assemblyman and founder of Americans Against Anti-Semitism, Dov Hikind is here. Rabbi, Dov, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Rabbi, let me ask you, we got a lot of comments about Dr. Savage. Dr. Savage is a Jew himself. Why did you contact Newsmax?
Well, I was just, shocked. I mean, it's almost a shame that he's taken down that video because you could use it to teach people about anti-Semitism. I mean, what do you see? A Jew from the Bronx. And all he has is those classic stereotypes of anti-Semitism. All you have to do is have something against Judaism and those who practice it. Double standards, stereotyping, blaming all Jews for the misbehavior of a few. Their religion is a problem. They don't follow the rules. He wants the lawsuit money. Simultaneously, it's the Jews' fault they're hated and the Jews who are the hateful people. You were trying to get him to see reason and be fair, and he wasn't ready to be reasonable or fair. This was a masterclass in how anti-Semitism goes down.
I don't know if you could see my face. I know you couldn't feel my stomach churn. But when he said it, Dov, about the lawsuits, I said, oh, boy, that literally reeks of everything the rabbi just spelled out, Dov. What's your message here?
Listen, we have a problem in this country of anti-Semitism at numbers we've never seen before. The last 3 years, all over the country, in New York, hate specifically directed against people who are identifiably Jewish. The people that Dr. Savage was talking about. He was talking about millions of people. He was generalizing. I represented those people for 36 years. In Brooklyn. They are the most decent, the kindest, the most giving people I have ever met in my life. Dr. Savage joined the ranks of the anti-Semites. He's part of that group right now. He contributed to hate. It's hard to believe what is wrong with this individual. You know, he has 2 master's degrees. He has a PhD. It just goes to show you it's just a piece of paper. It's meaningless. It's of no value. Because he contributed to hate. He helped the hate in this country.
Dov, I'll tell you, in many respects, I wish Dr. Savage was here to have this conversation with us because I think I know him. I really don't believe he's an anti-Semite, but I pushed back on what he said. I was actually shocked by it. But he's not here to defend himself. And so, Rabbi, when you saw this...
I'm not calling him an anti-Semite. He indulged in vicious anti-Semitism, period. It's so clear. There's no argument. And you know what? Invite him. He's a big boy, right? He thinks the world of himself. Put him on with me. Make my day.
Here's what I'm going to do. Dov. I may actually do that because it would probably make for fabulous television. And I'll put you in touch with him. And he's got a great podcast, too. You guys can hammer it out there. Rabbi, the other part of all this, though, is forget about Dr. Savage. You got Lufthansa. This is a giant airline that literally kicked 100 Jews off the plane. They were wearing masks. It was only 2 not wearing them. What's the message to the airline, Rabbi?
Well, isn't it interesting how it's the same story? And by the way, I'm totally with you on the sympathy towards Dr. Savage because the truth is, I remember 5 years ago when our organization was getting started, he read us out on his national radio show. He helped give us a name. I kind of owe him one. Lufthansa, look at the German people. They've tried so hard to get past a terrible heritage and a terrible history. So in both of these cases, these are the company and the individual, they need to turn around and do the right thing here. I mean, obviously there's certain employees of Lufthansa who have to go because the airline has to show that this is simply not acceptable. We cannot divide out the Jews in 2022 in Germany.
By the way, Grant,
you can't divide Jews, you can't divide blacks, you can't divide Catholics. I mean, it shouldn't even be, none of this should come into play for anything. Dov, real quick, because I got to go real quick.
Yeah. Dov. You know, the woman who's in the video who says, who admits that they basically picked on all the Jews, she's not the issue. She was only following orders. Does that sound familiar? Just following orders. Yeah. We got to get to the bottom of it. And They need to be sued the hell out of them.
Well, I'll tell you, just following orders has led to some pretty horrible things throughout history.
Absolutely.
That's a reality. Rabbi Yaakov Menken, it's great to have you on. Dov Hikind, great to see you. Thank you both for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you both.